Welcome to my channel where I help you and others find the light within through channeled messages and sharing my own experiences, however that might look like now and down the line. I hope this message finds you when you need it the most or just at the right time. Today, I kind of wanted to talk about one of the first things that I was awakened to when starting my spiritual journey. And this was regarding my diet and food and how important food is to the human body and how important it is to allowing the light within to really shine through. It's I went through several different diet changes. I've tried the vegetarian diet, I've tried the vegan diet, I've tried depriving myself of certain things that I thought were bad or certain things that I didn't know too much about. So all that to say is I've tried several different diets, but what I find is that it's not about depriving yourself of certain things. It's about listening to the body and knowing what it needs and educating yourself on what is good for you and your body. And I will say that there are some things that are universal to all humans, and that is that, fruits have so much light energy, vegetables as well. And so, in order for us to really open up to that, we have to start consuming more fruits and vegetables. And I know that there are so many GMOs out there and those sort of things. It's kind of hard to get fresh fruits and vegetables, but the important thing is to get our hands on what we can. And then obviously down the line, once we get more advanced on our journey, we are going to start learning how to cultivate seeds that have been untouched and growing our own foods and having our own gardens and those sort of things. But I'm going to go back to the topic at hand and say that we live in a society where we're surrounded by temptation, whether it's fast food, whether we're consuming food content, everything looks so, so good. But is it actually good for you? You have to make that decision as to whether you want to kind of indulge in that or if you want to expand further into your own spiritual journey by consuming foods that allow you to do so. And the way that I started with this was just kind of educating myself first on the types of foods that would help me with my goals. So, for example, I was experiencing a lot of fatigue. I was very tired all the time. I had no energy to do anything. So, I started researching foods that would give me energy naturally. The next thing was I wanted to have more clarity and focus. I wanted to remove a lot of the fogginess. So, then I started researching foods that would help me with that. And so food carries energy, and we want to make sure that we're consuming foods that are high in high vibrational energy and not low vibrational energy, because it is through the food that we are able to kind of find the light within. So think of it as fuel. Our bodies are vehicles. Are you a premium vehicle or are you just a generic vehicle, everyday vehicle running down the road? You want to keep this in mind when you're consuming anything and putting it into your body. um, I am very passionate. I'm a fanatic about food, and so much so to the point where it's become one of my passions to kind of research food and understand how it affects the human body and performance and mind, body, soul, that sort of thing. But yeah, we want to be mindful of the foods that we're consuming, and we want to, if you're coming across this message and you are thinking of changing your diet, then it's probably a good time to do that, because what we're going to see is that more and more processed foods are going to start coming out. More and more temptations are going to start coming about, even though there are already so many. We want to be prepared for this by figuring out what works for us, consuming more light foods, high vibrational foods, and then eventually, like I said, learning how to grow our own food so that way we are not reliant on what someone else is telling us to eat or what someone else is growing for us to eat, because through the food we'll be able to cleanse our bodies, and that is to me one of the first steps to a spiritual awakening is to cleanse and detox the body so that you can allow this energy to make its way through. There's so much more I want to say on this topic, but I will just leave that there. And in future videos, I will be showing you all how I incorporate this into my everyday life through, day in the life with me or whatever that might look like. And I look forward to sharing all the knowledge that I learn from studying food and nutrition and diets and those sort of things to help you all on your own spiritual journey to finding the light within.